Yes, people, welcome back to the channel with the only Aya. We're just gonna be reacting to Rúben Amorim because the boss basically tell them, sack me or back me. And a lot of y'all might think I hate Amorim, right? Because of some of my takes. But I actually am a fan of Amorim. Amorim reminds me so much of my favorite manager, Jose Mourinho. And for so many things he does with how stubborn he is, how he's not afraid to just let loose in the media. He speaks his mind every time he deals with the media like he just disrespects them basically. He manages the story when he has to. He manages agendas when he has to. He reminds me of Jose Mourinho a lot. So basically what's happening is Amorim is having issues with his team not performing well. And Manchester United, I think, probably had a conversation with him, the heads, because based on what he said in this interview, for me personally, made me think that he probably already got the call up, the heads up saying, bro, if this shit don't spin around by the first international break, you might be going. And just this post-match interview here is exactly how Ten Hag was just before he got fired. Same way Oli was. You just always get this sort of feeling when a manager does a press conference just before he gets fired. You feel the passion, you feel the emotion, you feel everything because they just can't bottle it up anymore. They can't be political anymore. And I just think Amorim got fed up with it. So listen to what he had to say. And then we're going to react to it. No, we're not really playing you the quote of him talking about 22 players and the manager. I'm playing you a quote from this interview or this press post-match conference that is so important. Not only for the United fans, yeah? But also for the other rival fans to understand and realize that this man, no matter where he goes, if he gets fired or not, ain't gonna be playing with the owners of his club. And also the mentality of the team is what Amorim wants to change. It's not, Amorim isn't trying to change the way they play. Really, Amorim isn't trying to change the way any player is or make him better or not. Amorim's main goal, you can tell, first was to change the mentality of this team, the atmosphere, the culture. And it is in his right to change the atmosphere and the culture of this team. Because no matter how good you are, no matter how many good players you bring in, no matter how much quality you can have on the bench, in your squad, in your whole team, in your academy, it doesn't matter. If the culture stinks at the club will never be successful. You need to breed really good culture in order for you to have a successful team. There is no team that is successful with shit culture. It's impossible. It is impossible for you to have good culture when it's just impossible. There is no way you can be a good... I bet if you're going to the locker rooms or you're going to the environments of Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, PSG, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona, all these teams. I'm just calling teams that usually win. Well, we know for one of those teams. But I'm talking about win games, not trophies. But honestly, in order for you to win, you have to have a really good culture. And these teams have good cultures. You can see it from outside within. Now, Man United, one, their culture is damaged by the media. Because everything Man United does in the media, it's a big thing. And that's also what Amorim said in his interview. He's like, bro, these guys know if we draw a game, it's the worst thing in the world. So how do you go play a team and not go hammer them? But anyways, let me play what Amorim had to say because the man right, and I agree with him. So listen to what he had to say. So was he lying? Was he lying? The players showed themselves today. How can you know every time, yo, man, you lose against Arsenal with a good performance, the media go on a frenzy. Yo, let me just point out a few things there. Man, you lose to Arsenal, the media go on a frenzy. Man, you draw with Fulham, the media go on a frenzy. So imagine now they lose to Grimsby, what the media go do to the manager, yet to the players. And then this man has to go out in press conferences, in post and pre-match conferences, in small interviews and all the things he's doing throughout the week. And he has to go and defend some of these players. And then they go play against Grimsby and they'll go and just hit them 5-0. Now, as a manager who's defending these guys all the time, of course you're going to feel a kind of how when you look at players you defend in the media that you could throw under the bus and they literally throwing you under the bus. It's a piss take in a way because you as the manager putting your head out on a stick for these guys and here they are, the minute they get to throw that head away, they throw it away. They don't try to preserve it. They don't try to find the body to put it back on. Nothing. They just throw that head away. Because they don't want anything to do with you. And this team has got a lot of managers fired. Let's not forget. I think this is Diego Dallo's fourth manager he's been a part of. That's probably in the firing line. So these guys are getting away with murder while Manchester United consistently have to be losing high quality managers to bullshit, to poor mentality players. Players that don't care about the club. Players that don't care if the club wins or not. Players that know that they're going to get paid anyway. Look at Jadon Sancho's behavior. And he's a player of Manchester United. Okay, he doesn't play for Man U for the last 2 years. He's been on loan, whatever. But he's a Manchester United player still now. Look at his behavior. He feels like he's entitled more than Manchester United. He feels like he's bigger than Manchester United. And this is the problem we have with some of these players. Because these players are walking out here acting like, well, they are the best thing since sliced bread. For those that don't know, sliced bread is real nice. And they're acting like, well, they own Manchester United. Jadon Sancho, Garnacho. Bro, calm down. Y'all are talented, yes. But at the end of the day, this club, without this club branding on your name, you would have never been the player that you are today. You would have probably just ended up at another club. Either of you. And no one would have heard or even known about y'all. We would have seen y'all at the Betis, at the Real Oviedos, Real Sociedads, Bolognas. That's where y'all would have been with if Man U wasn't involved with y'all career. So show some respect to the club. And this is also what Ruben is saying. Show some respect to the club. Show some respect for yourself. Not even the club, for yourself, for your brand, for your family. Like if you know every time you lose or every time you draw, the media gonna hammer you. Surely one day you wake up and you say, you know, if we go and play against Grimsby, let's hit these people 5. All this hype in the locker room, I'm not there shaking each other hands, doing the most. Yeah, bro, good work, let's go, fellas. And then you go on the fucking field and you play like a little girl. You play tame. You know? You play tame. Putting your tail between your legs and shaking to play against Grimsby Town. Because you feel a little bit of pressure. You're better than these guys. The quality, way better. A lot of y'all, the IQ levels, way better. Yet y'all go against a team that not as fast as you, not as physical, in terms of the athleticism part of it as you. Even if you're not even as athletic. You're more athletic than them. And yet still, you go out there and perform like that. It's disrespectful to the club, to the manager and everybody involved with Manchester United. And as a fan, it hurts me to say that. And Ruben is right. Ruben is right. This club is shambolic. You know, Ralph Ragnick talked about open heart surgery many times. And a lot of us thought it was a joke. Now, Ten Hag, Ole, was doing well. The media and Manchester United fans ran these managers. The players started to play poorly because of how much pressure is applying to them. I don't think all of this is just the players' fault. A lot of this has to do with the media. You know, when I look at interviews, which I will bring to you on another time, and I will react to it. When I look at people like Rob Dawson, right, who is on ESPN FC, smirking, saying that he goes down to watch Grimsby play Manchester United because he knew and he hoped Manchester United lose, and then he corrects himself on national TV. These guys are sick. They are sick and they don't want the best for the club. And yet you have a bunch of players, I call them spastics. You know, that's what I call them. These spastics out here have Manchester United name being embarrassed consistently. You know, I can't even walk down the street because since I'm a kid, everyone knows I'm a Manchester United fan. And for all my life, for the last 10 years, all it's been is banter FC. You know how many managers I've defended? You know how many players I've defended? I was Harry Maguire's biggest fan. I was Luke Shaw's biggest fan. I've been kicked out of WhatsApp groups. I have lost friends because of this football talk. Remember, I'm telling you this. This is facts. Football chat has allowed me to stop having certain friends. Block me from groups because I just have a big different way of seeing the game. And people, when they have an agenda against you, bro, they will attack you. It's just the way it is. And of course they will come around. Look, everyone wants Ten Hag back. Everyone wants Ole back. No, Ole isn't the PE teacher anymore. Oh, no, he's the tactical one. No, everybody's like, wow. When last did Manchester United play such nice attacking football? Woo-hoo-hoo. We can't tell when last. Same with the other one I just called, Ten Hag. Even if Ten Hag, his style of play, this man was playing with square pegs in round holes. Then people will say, oh, Ten Hag bad. Ten Hag didn't even want Ugarte. And he had Ugarte. And then people will sit down there and sit down in front of the camera and say, oh, Ten Hag spent all this amount of money. And this. He didn't want half of the players that they gave him anyway. And clearly the players that he wanted, or the manager came in and was like, wow, this man talent ID high. He ain't selling Josh Rosierski. He loves Matthias Dillit. He talks highly about Noose. Remember, Ten Hag gave Luke Shaw a new contract. Who loves Luke Shaw like pity? Amorim. Let's go. Ten Hag gave us Kobe Mainoo. Come on. So then when I see us talk that way about him, then now we want to attack Amorim because Amorim say, yo, give me the players I want because if not, y'all need to sack me because y'all are going to damage my career. You see how long it took Ten Hag to get a job after Manchester United? Same with Ole. Amorim doesn't want to fall into that part. So he rather leave now where him and the club are in a place where it's like you can't really put any blame on anyone rather than him leaving in the next few months and this keep going on and then everyone is like, oh, you're a shit manager. No, you can't get a good job. No, you can't. And as I've said before, I think he can improve as a manager. As a coach, I think he's excellent. As a manager, though, I think he has a lot to learn. But he's also a young manager. So if he had known everything already at this age, then he wouldn't even be at a struggling Manchester United. Probably he would actually be at a big club in the world right now. So that's why he still has to learn and get better at what he does so that then we can see how good he is as a manager. He's still learning on the job. You know, last season he had to learn the Premier League. And even going to Grimsby, playing a guy like Fredrickson away from home at a tall place like that, it shows that he doesn't really understand the league still. It shows that he didn't understand. When you go play against these lower tier teams, you need physicality. It's not about technicality, it's about physicality. You get the Delits, the Maguires, the Havens, you get the ruffians on the pitch. Because these guys ain't trying to come and play as much football as you think. These guys are coming to smash, hit, fight, grit, run, jump. That's what these guys are coming to do. Not come try play you off the park. You think how they were working up for the game against Man United? They were working on all these patterns. They were working on 3 or 4 patterns that they know they have to make perfect in the game for them to be able to go after Man United. Rúben Amorim has to do a better job as a manager for sure. But Man United need to help him. The man has been crying for a midfielder. For a athletic midfielder, which would release all his midfielders. Which would bring out all the best in all his midfielders. Yet the man's still waiting in the window. The man's still waiting on them to sell players. And I know that is also why he reacted the way he reacted. Because he's like, if y'all ain't going to give me the players I want, y'all ain't going to change all of them again. So y'all going to sack me. So you might as well y'all get rid of me now or give me the players that I want. And you can't blame the man for saying that. That's like somebody telling you, hey, picking you up and say, hey, I need you to come do this job for me and I'll provide you all the tools. Or somebody flies you in, right, from another country to come drive, say, some machinery, right? Backhoes, escalators, whatever, right? You're the best at what you do, right? Or one of the best at what you do. Somebody flies you into another country. They can't expect you to bring all those tools with you. They can't expect you to fly over with a backhoe, an excavator, a truck. You know what I mean? They can't expect you to bring over a trailer. You understand? So they have to provide the tools for you so that you can do the best job properly. What you going to do? Use your hands and grade down the stone or move the big 10, 30, 40 kilo stones size and push them away? Like, come on, bro. They have to give the man the tools to do his job. So clearly, the man is asking them for help, but also letting the players know, if this continues, I'm going to leave. So yes, people, this has been my review about what's going on with Rúben Amorim. Please let me know if you think that Rúben Amorim is still at Manchester United. After you like, share and subscribe to the page and give me that comment down below. Because I want to know what y'all think about Rúben Amorim. I want to know if y'all think he would last at Manchester United. If you think he is the right man for Manchester United. And if you think so, just leave a comment down below. It's been your boy Yaya speaking to you, bringing you a little reaction about Rúben Amorim. Have a good time. Take care. Ciao. Hey.